I found this game. I mean, this probably gives it away, but it's basically Pokemon in VR, and I just wanted to check it out. But basically, it's it's an alpha, so this isn't released yet. You can go on their Discord, which I'll leave a link in the description for. But that's how I got this game. I went to their Discord and I got the download link for it. And sorry for no face cam in the bottom corner. I'm using a different setup right now, so I couldn't really get the camera to angle into the room I was using VR in. So I just wanted to come here and just check it out a little bit and see what's up, because this does have high potential, and it is an indie game. Technically, there isn't really a big team working on it, and I just wanted to come here and check it out and see if it's worthwhile. Because I mean, people have wanted something like this for a while. Because I mean, it's Pokemon in VR. I mean, unless you're all like, oh, it's for kids or whatever. Unless you're gonna be lame like that and stupid, then this game's not for you. There are some little things, like some textures aren't really the highest resolution ever. But I mean, it's here, right? It just honestly to me kind of feels like a VR chat world. If you guys know what VR chat is, this kind of feels just like a really good VR chat world, because it is online, so other people will be able to talk to you and stuff like that. Um, I just currently made an account and I just started, so I'm gonna pick Charmander. The cool thing with this too, this is my first time playing it, so it looks like the Pokemon walk around in the grass, which is kind of cool. The grass texture itself is 2D. Like I said, this is really early development phase, so it's not going to be the most polished experience in the world. So this game does have customizable characters in it. There is a wide range. There are some that are locked off to VIP. You can get the VIP title by boosting the Discord server with Nitro or by donating the cryptocurrency. Some of the game is lacking some polish. For example, sometimes there's textures that don't really fit together. The grass is 2D, and sometimes your Pokemon will just phase through stuff. But other than that, the game is there. It's fun, but it is lacking some polish, and I feel like that's what is holding this game back, is polish. The game, however, will be released for free, so you don't have to worry about paying anything. And I feel like it's really cool that they're releasing this game for free, as it allow more people to maybe experience something that they've been wanting to experience for a while but didn't get the opportunity, just simply because there wasn't anybody working on it. So most of the buildings in this game you can't even enter, and they have a texture glitch which lets you just see right through them. The buildings that you can enter though are marked with this little portal thing next to the door. Most buildings that you enter in this game are gyms and Pokeshops / Pokecenters. The Pokecenters in this game have these little... They're based off of the Sun and Moon ones in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they have these little monitors that display in-game screenshots that they took this way there. There is this guy that sells Pokeballs in the corner, and you use A to select the up and down arrows. Usually most games use right trigger button, this one you use A. Also, you see the amount of money you have in the bottom left in your menu that you bring up to change your character guy. You use this by pressing the X button on your Oculus controller, and this lets you check how much money you have, how much Pokeballs you have, all that good stuff. It's really, really useful. So boom, you've picked a starter Pokemon, you've maybe explored the Pokemon Center, and now what do you do? Well, from this point on in the game doesn't really have any story, no really direction except just to go around defeating gyms. So after this point, you grind. You just grind battles, so you level up your Pokemon, get money, buy more Pokeballs, get more Pokemon. It's good. I mean, it is true to older Pokemon games where
There was a story, but it wasn't that much. You kind of were just sitting there grinding out levels and money, and what you do in this game. This game's a lot less of a action VR game, a lot more of just a chill RPG grinding type of game. And honestly, I don't really have a problem with that. There is a lot of invisible barriers that kind of are a little annoying sometimes if you don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure they will be fixing this with the release version of the game, which is coming out later this month as of releasing this video. The way you enter routes is you kind of just walk up to the portal and just kind of walk into it, and you teleport right to your route. In the routes is where you'll find most of the Pokemon. There are Pokemon in the towns that you can interact with, but they're usually a lot lower level and thus grant a lot less experience and money. The battle scenes themselves are pretty neat. There's a lot of detail put into them, and it makes it the battle scenes in this honestly feel like the most immersive part of this. You can see all the moves your Pokemon does, and all the moves the other Pokemon does. The battle scene helps a lot. The battle scenes in this game overall are really good. I give them, if I were to give them a rating, I'd probably give them an 8 out of 10. The animations need some work, and the background is a little 2D, but for the most part, it's pretty cool. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, but your Pokemon does follow you around. To spawn them, you have to grab the Pokeball off your wrist and throw it, which is pretty neat. When they first spawn, they will kind of be through the ground, but after they move a little bit, they should unclip. The Pokemon that comes out of the Pokeball that follows you is the first in your party. You can change what member is first in your party by going to your menu where you change your character and then moving your Pokemon around. Also, the battle scenes in this change depending on where you are. For example, if in your town, it'll be benches on the side, shrubbery, signs, the floor is a tile. It's pretty cool. Most of your early game will be spent just kind of spamming scratch and just kind of grinding weaker level Pokemon. Most of the time that you spend in this game is spent in battle areas, and luckily battle areas have the most attention to detail, in my opinion, out of all the game, and that's honestly pretty neat. I love the battle scenes in this game. The battle scenes in this game are really cool. They're one of the best, honestly, probably one of the best features in this game. So a part of this game that I haven't talked about again yet is the catching mechanic, and the catching mechanic is very simple. You just pull the Pokeball off your left or right arm, and you just throw it at the Pokemon. It's that simple. If there is a glitch right now that sometimes you throw it at the Pokemon, and that it'll just go right through them and not catch. You fix this glitch by pressing the arrows under the Pokeball. That usually fixes it. Also, the Pokeball itself, when you throw it, it's a lot heavier than you think it would be. So if you want to get optimal throwing, I recommend throwing it pretty much as hard as you can. I might just be weak, but in my personal experience of catching in this game, you need to throw it really hard. So there is this bug catcher that at first glance is like, I don't really want to battle him because the Pokemon around him are high level, but in reality his Pokemon are low level, and I recommend getting this battle as soon as possible to easily level up your Pokemon so you don't have to do what I did and spend like 30 minutes endlessly grinding until I could finally think. I grinded way too much. Like, this battle at the start is extremely easy. Just don't be like me. Don't do my mistake and just grind Pokemon around the town that are like level 2, because his Pokemon are low level, right? But he leveled up my Pokemon from like level 9 to level 11, so he did give me a really good boost. Like I said before, I recommend going to this guy as soon as possible. So I met up with some people, and we kind of talked, we kind of showed each other our Pokemon and everything. It was chill, having fun times, and I found out that you can actually sprint in this game by holding both your triggers down. It allows you to go pretty much like double the speed as you were before. If you do get motion sick, I don't really recommend sprinting because it is a little bit disorientating if you have motion sickness. After I met up with these people, I went on to catch some more Pokemon, level them up, and then after that I got off. The community in this game is honestly really helpful, and if you're looking for Pokemon, usually they have it up for trade on their Discord, which again I will leave a link in the description. And speaking of people, the movement in this game is